Caitlin Clark and Lexi Hull are two of the Fever's standout players, and the latter has now sent her teammate a message as they gear up for the new season. Indiana Fever star Lexi Hull has offered fans a glimpse into the team's preseason antics with a playful jab at teammate Caitlin Clark. The point guard took to Instagram, sharing a photo with the basketball sensation that showcased their budding friendship. The image captured the pair sharing a laugh during practice, accompanied by Hull's teasing caption, "Yapping per usual." Hull then affectionately topped off the post with a simple yet heartfelt message, "Miss it," clearly reflecting the strong bond between the two and Clark's positive impact on the Fever locker room. The endearing exchange is sure to excite fans who are eager to see the duo's dynamic on the court when the WNBA season kicks off next year. This isn't the first time the Fever stars have engaged in friendly banter. The 22-year-old Iowa alum recently commented under a Fever social media post, commending Hull's dedication to the game, with Clark writing, "She's inspiring, truly." The chemistry between the sports stars is undeniable. In a candid chat with Convos with the W in late November, Hull poured out her appreciation for Clark's influence within the team's locker room, reports the Irish Star. The 25-year-old initially aimed to understand Clark better for the sake of team synergy, but ended up gaining a genuine friend. "I think it was important to get to know her off the court, because I do think that connections, getting to know people, really play a part in the success of teams," Hull said. "And it's really awesome to get to know her as well, because she's a great person." From regular posts on social media about one another to Clark wishing Hull a happy birthday in front of their fellow Fever teammates, there is a clear fellowship between the pair. According to Women's Fast Break, Clark and Hull were among a few Fever players who even took a vacation to Mexico during the WNBA's month-long Olympics break. Hull hasn't held back praise for her friend, finding humor and respect in Clark's nature and commitment on the court. "She just throws out comments that are funny. No one is saying it like Caitlin," Hull said. "Her drive to win shows the type of player she is. If it's not working, she's going to try and figure it out, and you definitely want her on your side." The dynamic duo are gearing up for the new season with a clear target in sight as the WNBA schedule has been confirmed. The Fever will kick off their 2025 campaign at their home, the Gamebridge Fieldhouse, against Angel Reese's Chicago Sky on Saturday, May 17th at 1 p.m. ET. Following this, they will face Atlanta Dream back-to-back before hosting reigning champions New York Liberty. The longest home run for Indiana will be a 5-game stretch starting Thursday, July 3rd against the Las Vegas Aces and concluding with a clash against the Dallas Wings on Sunday, July 13th. The Fever's first regular season encounter with the WNBA's newest franchise, the Golden State Valkyries, is scheduled for Thursday, June 19th at Chase Center. They will then wrap up the regular season on September 9th against Minnesota Lynx. Above the snap, Hull then added 2 words that sum up their relationship as she wrote, "Miss it." The short but sweet remark will go down well with fans, who will be thrilled to see 2 of the Fever's key players bonding and eager to showcase their skills when the WNBA restarts next year. The lovable back and forth between Clark and Hull is nothing new to the Fever faithful, however. The 22-year-old former Iowa star recently sent a message to Hull under a Fever post on social media, in which she praised Hull's commitment to being back on the court, with Clark posting, "She's inspiring. Truly." The feeling is clearly mutual. In an interview with Convos with the ERUPTS in late November, Hull opened up on how the Fever welcomed Clark's huge presence to the locker room. The 25-year-old revealed that while she intended to get to know Clark to benefit the team, she has now gained a friend. "I think it was important to get to know her off the court, because I do think that connections, getting to know people, really play a part in the success of teams," Hull said. "And it's really awesome to get to know her as well, because she's a great person." The duo have been one of the brightest sparks of the offseason too, with Clark and Hull no doubt enjoying their blossoming friendship. From regular posts on social media about one another to Clark wishing Hull a happy birthday in front of their fellow Fever teammates, there is a clear fellowship between the pair. According to Women's Fast Break, Clark and Hull were among a few Fever players who even took a vacation to Mexico during the WNBA's month-long Olympics break. Hull has also gone on record to commend her friend for everything from her humor to burgeoning talent on the court, saying, "She just throws out comments that are funny. No one is saying it like Caitlin." While the dynamic duo are busy getting themselves ready for the new season, they now have a target to aim for with the WNBA schedule now confirmed. The Fever will tip off their 2025 campaign at their home, the Gainbridge Fieldhouse, against Angel Reese's Chicago Sky on Saturday, May 17th at 1 p.m. ET. The Fever will then play a back-to-back against Atlanta Dream before a home tie against reigning champions New York Liberty. The longest home run for Indiana will be a 5-game stretch beginning Thursday, July 3rd against the Las Vegas Aces at 7 p.m. and ending with a matchup against the Dallas Wings on Sunday, July 13th at 1 p.m. Indiana's first regular season matchup against the WNBA's newest franchise, the Golden State Valkyries, will take place on Thursday, June 19th at Chase Center. The Fever will close out the regular season on September 9th against Minnesota Lynx. The 2025 WNBA schedule was announced on Monday. The schedule features plenty of intriguing matchups. Fans are surely wanting to know when Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese will renew their rivalry in the 2025 campaign. Clark and Reese led the way as the WNBA saw a massive attendance increase during the 2024 season. The two stars have had a rivalry since their days in college, while Reese was at LSU and Clark was at Iowa. Now with the Chicago Sky and Indiana Fever, Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark's rivalry is alive and well. Fans will not need to wait long to see the rivalry. In fact, the Fever are set to host the Sky in the team's season opener on May 17. The first WNBA games that will be played in the regular season are scheduled for May 16. However, the Fever and Sky will begin their new campaign the next day. The entire WNBA world will have their eyes on the game. The Sky and Fever will go head-to-head once again a few weeks later, when Chicago hosts Indiana on June 7th in a Commissioner's Cup clash. On July 26th, the Fever will once again travel to Chicago for their third matchup of the 2024 season against the Sky. Fever fans will get to see their team host Angel Reese and the Sky again on August 9th in the fourth game between the teams of the season. With the new 44-game schedule, the Fever and Sky will have an opportunity to play 5 times during the season. Their fifth and final matchup will take place on September 5th in Indiana. That game will be toward the end of the season, so it could be pivotal amid possible postseason pursuits for Chicago and Indiana. As mentioned, the Fever and Sky will go head-to-head 5 times. If Clark and Reese are healthy and available in each matchup, each game will draw no shortage of attention. Indiana and Chicago are going to play each other once in each of the 5 months of the WNBA campaign. And who knows, perhaps they will play again in the postseason. Their first games are against one another, and they are set to play again toward the end of the season. In summary, fans will likely receive plenty of opportunities to watch one of the greatest rivalries in sports right now on a consistent basis. One of the primary storylines of the 2024 WNBA season was the Caitlin Clark-Angel Reese rivalry. Of course, Reese and Clark were responsible for bringing many new fans to the league. When they went head-to-head, all eyes were on the Indiana Fever and Chicago Sky. Reese and Clark's rivalry has been public since college. However, Reese recently revealed that the two have played against one another since 8th or 9th grade. "I think it's just competition," Reese said via Complex. "It's been competition since college. Being able to play against Caitlin, I've been playing against Caitlin since we were probably in 8th or 9th grade. We both were really competitive during AAU. I went to Maryland, she went to Iowa, so we competed there. And then finally being able to compete in the national championship. People don't know the legacy of us being able to play against each other for a really long time." Reese made it clear that she has played against Clark for a long time. The two are both competitive, but that doesn't mean their rivalry is a negative thing. In fact, Reese even believes it is good for women's basketball. "Obviously, social media is going to put 2 women against each other," Reese continued. "I think it's just been something that is negative, but also positive. I think it shines light on women's basketball. So I'll take that of being the person that gets the hate. But I know that at the end of the day, I'm growing women's basketball and helping women's basketball." Reese was later asked if she believes Clark's fans sometimes go too far. The Sky Star said that fans in general can go too far at times, and it is not just limited to fans of Clark. "I don't think it's just her fans, I think it's fans in general," Reese said. "People don't realize, at the end of the day, we're human. You guys watch us and knowing that, it's just basketball. I promise you it's just basketball. I don't have any hard feelings towards her, she doesn't have any hard feelings towards me. but it gets crazy sometimes. Reese and Clark emerged as two of the most popular stars in the WNBA this past season. Reese and LSU defeated Clark and Iowa in the national championship 2 years ago. Clark, though, was the WNBA #1 overall pick and 2024 WNBA Rookie of the Year. The two have gone back and forth over the years, but Reese explained that the rivalry is limited to basketball, saying there are no hard feelings between them.